We all know that Daryl is one of the best characters in the show. But did you realize in the show, Daryl's always in a dilemma between being alone and being with his people?
You okay on your own? I'm better on my own.
Whenever Daryl goes through something bad or sad, his first action is to be alone or leave the group. But no matter how he feels, he always comes back for his family. That shows Daryl can't put his feelings in front of his group no matter what. Like in season 5, when they arrive to the hospital and Beth dies, Daryl feels like going alone again and decides to leave the group. When he does, he sees a barn. After that, he eventually goes back to his group and it starts raining. Then Daryl remembers the barn he saw and leads his people to safety.
There's a barn!
Again in season 6, when they're on a supply run with Dennis and Rosita, Denise got killed by Dwight, which Daryl didn't kill when he had the chance.
I'm gonna do what I should have done before.
He also feels guilty because instead of the safe way, he chose the faster way home.
This way's faster, right?
When this happens, he feels so guilty, he leaves the group again. In season 9, after Rick blew up with the bridge, he thinks Rick is dead and feels guilty. So he leaves the group again and starts living alone and looking for Rick's body. But when he finds out that his people need him back home, he eventually goes back.
Should have come with us.
This shows whenever Daryl feels sad, he leaves because he feels guilty and don't want to get more people hurt. Then again, he comes back to help his people. We all know Rick is a confident man when it comes to confrontation.
Confrontation's never been something we've had trouble with.
And whenever he feels like he has the upper hand, he doesn't hold back his words.
Anymore.
But did you notice whenever he is confronting somebody, he get really egoistic? You can tell by looking at his face. Whenever he feels the ego boost, he makes a certain facial expression.
Either way, I don't pretend to be a governor.
You're gonna make me count?
You can see it all the way to The Ones Who
A
Live.
hero with a shit haircut.
As we know, Rick lost his hand in the spin-off, The Ones Who Live.
This is how.
But did you know Rick losing his hands was foreshadowing before in the main show? Because in the original comics, Rick loses his hands and wears a metal hand. Like in season 5 when they're fighting the walkers, one of them almost bites Rick's arm. If the walker would have bit Rick's arm, his arm would have to be cut off. And later in early season 7, when Negan asks Rick to cut his son's hand, Rick wants his hand to be cut off instead of his son's. In late season 7, when Negan says that Lucille will take his hands, Rick has no problem with it.
You can take my hand. I told you already. I'm gonna kill you.